Okay, exercise 2. Now we're going to deploy an enterprise subordinate certificate authority. So we've done the root CA. We've created the certificate. Now we're going to deploy the certificate to a subordinate. So then we can, which will then be able to distribute it to to do its job. We'll go to London server 1. This will be our subordinate server, I'm assuming. Now we're going to have to add a role and feature to here. So let's just go over to add roles and features. I was just double checking that it's not there already. Just next this, nice and quick. We're going to then add Active Directory certificate services. We're going to keep, just same thing over and over again. We're going to next it. Features, next it. Next it again, certificate authority. And this time we're going to do certificate web enrollment. Add features there. All right. We'll go to next. And I think that we're ready to install. We'll do that. And it shouldn't take too long, maybe like a minute or so. I'll just pause the recording, let that finish. Okay, so that's done. It only took a couple of seconds, wasn't that long. Close that. We'll go back to the flag here and configure Active Directory certificate authority. And this time the configuration is going to be slightly different than the last time. What we'll do is we'll go to next. See the certificate authority there. And then certificate web service, web enrollment, sorry. Now I thought about restarting this video, but I want to show you the mistake I made so that you guys can check it out. Now, what happened was this. I went to go back to here and I did certificate authority and it gave me this message. Now, CA and enrollment web service cannot be installed at the same time. And looked, I thought, okay, I've made a mistake here, I've made an error. It should be certificate authority web enrollment. So if you do that, click on escape, and then you'll have to go to manage, remove roles and features, and unselect web service. It's not web service that we're looking for, it's web enrollment. Go to next. Okay, and then we're going to remove that. So I thought, instead of doing the whole video again and be Mr. Perfect, I thought, look, these errors do happen in the real world. If you see that, then just remember, just backtrack, think, why is this not working? I'm just going to pause this and wait for that to be removed, and we'll go back and we will install the correct role service that we wanted to put in. Actually, that looks like it's done. We might not need to pause. All right, now we'll go back to add roles and features. And this time we'll install the correct one in certificate authority web enrollment. That's the one we wanted. Next up, next, and install. I'm not sure how long this will take, so I'll pause and we'll wait for that to finish. Okay, so that's done. We'll click close. It only took about a minute or so. Let's go back into here now, and hopefully it will work. Looking good. Beautiful. So whenever you make a mistake, don't panic, don't get upset. Go back and have a look through, backtrack, kind of. So we'll go to next. This time we're going to leave this as an enterprise CA. Why? Because it's part of the Active Directory. Okay, this computer, the server 1 over here, that is part of the Active Directory. So it has to be enterprise. And we'll click on next, but this is the subordinate CA. Subordinate certificate authority. It's going to get the certificate from root. It's like saying get permission from root to do its job. We can shut this down so long as subordinate's up and running all the time. Click on next. private key, yep. We'll select, what shall we select on? I think we'll just do the defaults. I'll just double check that. Yeah, we'll keep them as defaults, just next that. We'll give it a different name. We'll call it the Additum Issuing CA. This will issue the certificates to the Active Directory, or the different objects in the Active Directory. Remember, we need to make sure that the spelling is absolutely perfect. I should probably even copy and paste that, but that should be okay. Next, the certificate request page. We'll need to make sure. Yep, that's where it's going to be saved. That's good. We'll next that. This one will be next. And configure. These are normal, these are little messages, but the good thing here is the configuration has been successful. So that's exercise or task, sorry, that's task 1 out of the way. We're on to task 2 now. So we need to install a subordinate CA certificate now. So let's go to the London, so we're still in London server 1. Go to File Explorer. Actually, I'm just double checking up here to see, yeah, that's all good. All right, let's find our way over to, yeah, here we are. So that's the root CA. We want to right click that, and we're going to install the certificate. On this menu, we're going to choose local machine, not current user. This is on this machine itself. Next, the the certificate store. Place all certificates in the following store. We're going to browse to trusted root certification authorities. We're going to click OK, click on next, and I think we're finished. That's it, and that's okay. So far so good. Now we're going to go to Additum root CA. That one, notice that little dot at the end, the certificate revocation list extension, and this guy over here. We right click and we're going to copy it. It's a big job, isn't it? It's like there's a lot of stuff we have to do. So right click and copy. Let's go over, because this is a web server that we've got this. We're going to put this certificate in a web server. Init pub www.root, and we're going to create a new folder called cert data, and I'm going to type this really nice and carefully. Yep. I'm going to paste these two files in here. Go back to C. Might open another one. Over here. Right click London server 1 Additum. Just pause for a sec. So we'll right click and we'll copy. No, we're not actually. We're going to open it. Right click and open it. Or actually even just double click. No, we will copy that. just misread the instructions there. So we're going to copy that, and we will go over to. We will type this CA. So we're going to go to the certificate authority server, which is still operational. Going to over there. This is just saying that London server is kind of allowed to, is on the list. It's on the guest list. It's like it's on the OK list to give certificates to other objects. Go in there. I've got to type this in properly. Can't stress how important it is to type things correctly there. Of course, you should have good typing skills, which today I'm not, but here we go. We've finally made it here. So now we're going to paste that in here. Okay, so we're in now. We'll go, so that's there now. We'll jump over to the custom authority server up here. And let's have a look if it's there. So let's go back to the C drive and we can see that it's transferred over. It's not a very big file, but it's an important file. Let's go to the certificate authority console, which is still running there. Still green light, so that's okay. No big deal there. What we need to do is we'll have to go and select, right click, all tasks. We need to submit a new request. So this is London server submitting a new request. That's the request right there. Click open. Now it should be in pending request. Yep, I believe so. So let's right click that and click refresh. Yep, there it is. Should have an ID of 2. And in the details, right click and just refresh again. All tasks. Right click pending request. And let's do that again. Sorry, my screen crashed a bit, so we'll go back into here, right click, all task and issue. That will issue, and we'll go into issued certificates. And we'll see that it's been issued there. We'll double click this over here. We'll see the certificate there. We'll go to the details tab. We'll copy to file. We'll next that. We'll next that again. We'll browse. File name. We'll type in sub A, being very careful with the spelling, P7B, and we'll save that. Just double checking that we're happy to put that there. I'm just going to copy that. I'm going to go back. I'm going to cancel that. I'm just going to cancel that. Try that again. Yeah, we're going to choose something different. We're going to go cryptographic message, PSB. Include all certification path if possible. All right, so we'll go to next. Then we'll do this here. We'll put that sub CA and click on save. And then I'm just going to double check that to make sure it's okay. Next, finish, and then okay. We'll switch, there's a lot of steps here. So we're almost there though. The hardest part's out of the way if I've configured everything properly. If I haven't, I've got to go back and start again. Go to London Server 1. We'll jump up to the certificate authority, which is here. So we got that black box there, means it's not happening. What we'll need to do is right click, all tasks, install CA certificate, go to the C drive, click on this one here. Open it, we'll wait for about 20 seconds. We'll keep waiting a little bit. We'll have to click this little button when we're 50. I think that should be enough. Click that. Yep, and we're good to go. Phew. If we can get through that, when I'm going to do the video for task 3, I'm going to do task 3 and 4 at the same time because they're actually, you know what? We might as well just go ahead and do tasks 3 and 4. How long have I been recording this for? It's about 16 minutes. Yep, let's continue. Let's do tasks 3 and 4. All right, so let's go back to London Domain Controller, in Server Manager, and so we're going to publish a root CA through group policy so that all the computers and objects that log in will have the certificate. We'll go to group policy, management. We'll drop that down. Just making sure we're being careful here. Expand, right click, default. So domains. So we'll right click the default. We'll edit that. In computer configuration, expand policies, expand Windows settings, and we'll go to security settings, my public key, which should be down should be here, public key policy, right click trusted root certificate authorities, import, that's all grayed out. Next, file name will be over in the London server, the subordinate server. At this point in time, we can actually shut down the certificate authority now, and that's common. They'll do that. They'll shut it down so that if hackers come into the system, they can't get in if it's shut down. Because once a hacker gets that certificate authority, that server, then they can generate any certificates anytime they want to. They can make other subordinate servers out there. So we'll do that. We'll next that. Actually, we'll go to browser. We'll have to type in, we're going to give it a name, root CA server. This one there already. Open. Next a couple of times. And we'll click on finish. The import was successful. So we'll close that. And that's it. Congratulations watching this. Please fire me any questions if you have any. So yeah, that's it. I know there's a big process, but that works now forever. So the hard work's done out of the way, but that's it. All right, so thanks guys. We'll speak to you soon.